Hi, everyone. I've been thinking a lot about how I'm going to run the robots in August of 2018. I just concluded the volume 5 of Honeymoon Finch, and everything went nicely. And the easy answer is to run Honeymoon Finch because it's been working and because it's consistent and because it does not have a significant drawdown. Or Honeymoon Dr. Bill Finch, which trades just like the Finch robot, but it uses reversal arrows instead of divergences. However, there's something that's on my mind that is giving me reason for concern or causing me to wonder. Every single time we've had a period of relative quiet in the market where things just go sideways, and this is the British pound Canadian dollar, every single time we've done that, we've then had a breakout. And breakouts are bad for Finch and the Dr. Bill Finch, and they cause trades to be opened but not closed. And then I end up stuck in some trades and I have to trade my way out of that. So I thought to myself, well, why not avoid running Finch in August 2018 and instead do some kind of trend trading, either the Kumo trend trading or the T6 trend trading. Now, my goal is, and I hate saying this because I don't like goals like this, but the goal or the idea is to get to 3% if I can, and 2% is totally reasonable as well. That's fine. Right now, I have a $10,740 account. So if we want to see what that is, we go 10,740 times 0.025. That means $268 of a return in this account. Then I have 100, and I think it's up to 100, and we'll check in a minute, or I'll check later and then I'll show it tomorrow. 167,000 in the other one. That's approximate, but we'll check on that when we start the whole robot up. It's 4,175. So now the reason I do both of these is it's much easier to talk in these terms of the $10,000 account and say, okay, this is easy, this is doable, and whatnot. When you start talking about $4,175, sometimes it sort of seems like, well, I'd be happy with $2,000. Okay, well, great. I mean, one number seems big and the other number seems small, or what, it doesn't really matter. What I'm trying to accomplish is something between 2 and 3% of a return. Now, if I were to run the T6 robot, I could probably wait the entire month of August and not take any trades. That is really strange. And not take any trades at all until on the 4-hour charts we start to see Knoxville divergences. And then I can fire up the robot and start to take some T6 trades. This is going to involve a ton of waiting and almost zero trades for the first 15 days of the month. And I think that sounds pretty terrible. To me, that sounds kind of ridiculous and terrible. Like, why in the world would I want to trade a system that's going to take zero trades? We're not going to learn anything. We're going to be sitting around waiting for it to take something. And so I have this really bad, what seems like a really bad choice. And this bad choice is, do I run the Finch knowing that we're going to get a breakout and it's going to go against me? And then I have to deal with those trades. And then I have to end up taking these counter trend trades, these bigger counter trend trades anyway. So do I do that knowing that it's going to get into a problem? This is going to happen. That's sort of depressing and disappointing. Or do I run a trend robot knowing that it's not going to take a lot of trades and I'm going to be doing these updates day after day after day after day, and I'm not going to be producing anything? Also, the T6 robot has a stop loss. So I could end up losing 50, $100, and $200, and not having anything to show for it as it stops out of trades, and I might pick the wrong currency pairs. I might run it on one and forget about another. And so this gives me a lot of concern. And so I find myself sort of in this difficult spot where I feel like I know that we're going to see a breakout in August. I feel like I know that price is going to break out. Let's take a look at the current charts. So price is already seeming to break out on the British pound Canadian dollar. It's already seeming to break out lower. And if I start buying this, if this starts buying the British pound Canadian dollar in August, I'm just going to get deeper and deeper into the hole on this. Or currency pairs that have traditionally just smacked me, the British pound Australian dollar. This has traditionally, in years past, really given me some trouble when it moves against me. So this is going sideways right now, but this pair is going to break out. And it might break out upward, and I might say, oh, now I know it's going upward. And then it comes right back inside, and then it breaks out lower. And then I kind of put myself in this position of just, what a nightmare. And I find that this type of hesitation, insecurity can be debilitating. And it can leave me feeling like, oh, wow, I don't even want to run any robots. I don't want to do any trading in August. And honestly, that's not a bad idea. When I feel this much trepidation and this much concern about it, why not just turn it off? If I'm that worried about it, isn't that an indication that this is going to be a mistake to run it at all? So what's the compromise here? And I think I found it, and I want to share it with you. In August 2018, I don't want to run the T6 robot because it has stop outs, and I could end up very easily losing $500 on a $10,000 account or $10,000 in my larger account very easily just on stop outs alone before I see any profit. And this is psychologically debilitating. It weakens me. And it makes it difficult for me to trade my system. But if I get into a bunch of Finch trades that go against me, well, that's like I don't like that either. That disappoints me and makes me sad. So why don't I do the following? So here's what I came up with. At some time in the month of August, this British pound Australian dollar is going to break out on the 4-hour chart. It's going to break, and it's going to break lower, or it's going to break higher. And it's going to start to move. And eventually it's going to produce bullish or bearish divergence. And when it produces that bullish or bearish divergence, I think what I'll do is I will turn on the Finch in the direction of the reversal, in the direction that it looks like it's going to go. And in this way, I think I get the best of shutting down trades that aren't working, taking consistent profits, taking regular profits. I get that. And I get to wait. So that's what I'm going to do in August 2018. And I'll come back for all of you that are Robot members and Lifetime members. I'll come back and I'll start a whole brand new volume 6 of Honeymoon Finch, and we can trade it together. And maybe I'll even make that playlist public on YouTube or something like that so everybody can watch as we go. But for now, that's how I'm going to run the robots in August 2018.